Okay, so good morning students and welcome to the online lectures for the engineering graphics. Let us revise some of the topic what we have learned in the previous lecture. We have seen the introduction of this engineering drawing. We have called this engineering drawing as the universal language for the engineers. Okay. After that, we have discussed about the examination scheme for our subject, and then we have started with the unit number 1. Okay. So we have discussed about this the need of the drawing and design. So in the previous lecture. Okay. So today we will discuss about this sheet layout, then line types and dimensioning, and we will see some of the simple geometrical construction. Okay, so these things we will cover in the today's lecture. Okay, so these are the applications for the different branches. These are we are already covered in the last lecture. Then we have started with the drawing instruments. So we have seen first what is the drawing board. We require drawing board for the drawing purpose. Okay, so we have seen different types of the drawing boards. Out of that, D2 is preferable for the first year engineering students. Okay, so for basic construction, so D2 is preferable. Okay, it is having the size of 700 by the 500, and the drawing sheet it is that is recommended is A2. Okay, so A2 size of the drawing sheet is recommended. So we'll take that one. Then this is about the drawing hall, drawing sheets. Sorry, this is regarding. Okay, so sorry, this is regarding what the drawing board, and this is the drawing sheet. Okay, A2. Okay, now here this A2 is preferable drawing sheet, and these are the different types of the drawing sheets are there. Okay, so this is preferable. Now A3 size is smaller, so we are going for A3. I have told you that you can take the A4 size paper also for initial construction. If it is not available, A3 size. Okay, so that means that means if the shops are not open, so just use the blank pages from your that means practical pages also you can use. So for initial construction, because we are not yet started our construction the drawings. Okay, so you can go for this A4 size paper also. Okay. The drawing clips and the pins, so these are used for fixing this drawing sheet on the drawing board. Okay, so this is our drawing board and this is our drawing sheet. So we fix the drawing sheet on the drawing board using the clips. The another alternatives are the pins and the adhesive tape we can use here. Okay. After that, we have seen the pencils. We require the 3 types of pencil: the HB, H, and twice H. Okay, so for different types of the construction, initial construction will do by the H and twice H, and then the final construction is by the boundary or the final boundary. The construction it is done by means of the HB pencil. So for initial construction, use H and twice H pencil, and then the final one is the construction is through by the HB. We require this one. So these are the things that is required with the pencil. Then we have seen the T-square. Now, for what the T-squares are, the T-square it is used. So it is having the scale, okay, and one end it is having one support. Now this is with the support it is connected with the drawing board. Okay, so in drawing board there is one the slots are there here on one side. So these slots are present on one side of the drawing board. So in this slot we can fix this that means support. Okay, so the sharp support this is connected, or this get fixed in the drawing board. Okay, and then this scale this scale comes on the drawing board, something like this. Okay, this scale comes here. Okay, and we can move this in upward direction and the downward directions. Okay, so using this T-square we can draw the horizontal lines only. Okay, we can construct the horizontal lines. The nomenclature for the T-square is the measuring portion, this total measuring portion, this is called as the blade. Okay, this total scale it is called as the blade. The topmost portion here, this is called as working edge, because we are drawing here the lines using this edge. So this edge, okay, so this is called as the working edge. Okay, topmost edge, so this is called as the working edge, and this portion, this is called as what? This is called as the head or stock. So this head and stock get connected with our drawing board. Okay, so we have to fix it uniformly, and then only we can construct here the horizontal lines using this T-square. Yes. Now this is along with the T-square we have to use what? A set square also. the set squares of three types. One is 45-degree and another one is 30-60-degree set square. Okay, so this is 45-degree set square and this is 30-60, 90-degree. That is the set square. Okay, so this is the two types of set square. Now we are seeing using the T-square we can construct the horizontal lines. Now for drawing the other types of lines, you have to use here you have to combine these T-square with the set square. So here we are using here the set square along with the T-square, and we are constructing the different types of the lines. Okay, so this is the combination. So that is T-square. So we have to use the T-square plus the set square. Okay, we have to use the set square. But this type of combinations are used in the olden days. Okay, we are not now. No one is using this type of the combination, that is T-square plus set square for drawing. But now we are going for one modified instrument that is called as the mini drafter. Okay, so mini drafter it covers all the that means the usefulness of this T-square plus set square. Now this is very simple. The instrument, it is having one clamp which is fitted on the drawing board. So you have to fix it here. Okay, using the screw. Okay, so that get fixed here on the top of the drawing board. Then it is having the arms. We can move this arm. This is movable arms. And then at the end of this movable arm, it is having one the circle which is having the protector. Okay, so we can rotate this. We can rotate these blades. Okay, so this is horizontal scale, and the vertical scale, it is having the markings, and we can draw here horizontal lines, vertical lines. If you want to draw the inclined lines, you can move. You can rotate this thing. Okay, we can rotate this scale on this axis, and then we have to fix it with the nut. Okay, so this is here one nut is there. So you can fix and unfix. That means you can you can rotate it and then fix it. Okay, so then we can draw the line something like this. Okay, here this type of line. The another advantage is you can move this total things through scale over total area of the area of the drawing sheets. Okay, so that means we can move it here, anywhere we can move it. So it is very simple to construct the drawings using this mini drafter. Okay, so this is possible. So this is that is possible using the mini drafter. Okay, so this is required definitely for civil engineers. It is must. For other type of the engineer, that means for other disciplines. So you can purchase it, or if you cannot purchase this one also, it is okay. But for civil engineer, it is must. Okay, for civil engineer, this is must. Okay, now the another thing is the compass. Okay, for compasses means what? The compasses means to construct the arc or the circle. Okay, so we can construct this one. So if the radius is small, so we can go for this type of the compass. If the radius is more, if the radius of the circle is more, so then we have to use here the lengthening bar. Okay, so for the simple, that is for using the short compass, we can't draw that type of the circles having the longer radius. So we have to use this type of the compasses for drawing the circle of bigger radius. Okay, so that is the there. Okay, so so for our construction, you go for the simple, so this one, or you can use for this one also. If it is possible, you purchase this one, not that much bigger. So we required only that means the smaller than this one. Okay, we require this one. Okay, we require these things in our unit number 3. Okay, for construction of the arcs and the circles. We have seen the French curves. Now, what is the applications of this French curve? So in constructions, we will get different types of the points. We have to join these points by means of the lines, okay, or by means of the curves. So to join all these locus of points, okay, to join these points, so we have to use the French curve. So using this French curve, see here, when you place the French curve, so we'll get here 4 points on the French curve. So when you draw the line, so we'll get such type of curve. Then you take this French curve here, then again take the 4 points, until adjust the French curve such that you will get here 4 points on that French curve. So join the arc, then put the French curve here, see how many points are coming on the French curve. So 4.5 points, something like this, and then finally complete the total curve. Okay, so that is the use of the French curve. So French curves are used for joining all the locus of the points. Okay, so we join all the points, that whatever the points we got, we can join using this French curve. Okay, so this is required. Okay, so this is there. So I have given you, this is in the drawing instruments. So you have to purchase this French curve. We require this for our unit number 3. Then we have the roller and the draw scale. We have seen this one. So these are also used for drawing the parallel lines, inclined lines. We can draw this using this roll and draw scale. You purchase this one, the long roll and draw scale. Okay, so we require this scale only. So this is there. So the that means instead of using this mini drafter, we can use the roller scale. Okay, so manually we will use, that means the roller scale can solve the problem of our mini drafter. Protractor is used for measuring the angles. Okay, so from the most important thing is whatever the line which is there, the baseline is there. So we have to start from that baseline. So from 0 to here this is 180, and if you start from the right hand side, so this is 0 to 180, something like this. Okay. So whenever that means whenever you are measuring the angle, so always place the baseline on the particular angle and make it the angle at the 0 degree first. Okay, so you have to start from 0 and then it comes up to here. So that is 115 degree. Okay, so you have to take immense clear while measuring the angles. Okay, then okay, so these are the different types of the drawing instruments. I have already given you the list of the drawing instruments. You don't have to purchase so many things. Already the protractor, compass, then the pencil. Okay, these are available with you. Okay, if you are not getting H and twice H pencil, so it is okay. Don't get panic. Use the pencil which is available with you. That is HB pencil. We will go for. We use that HB pencil for construction. Again, if A3 size, that means that is workbook is not available, so go for only the A4 size paper only. Okay, so you purchase blank A4 size paper. So we'll construct the initial things on the A4 size paper. Okay, so these are the things are there. Now today we'll start with the sheet layout. Okay, now what is this sheet layout? So that for the that means drawing, we are using the drawing sheets. Okay, so when you purchase the drawing sheet from the market, suppose if you purchase this sheet from the market, so it comes something like this. Now the dimension of this sheet is what? Suppose if we purchase that means you purchase the A2 size sheet. Okay, so this is your A2 size drawing sheet. Okay, now when you purchase the sheet, so it comes with these dimensions. Which one? 450 by 625. Now this is what? This is our untrimmed size. We call this as a untrimmed size. So this is of how much? This is 450 by 625. Okay, so this is untrimmed size. But what we required? We required the trim size. That means for the drawing purpose, we required what? Trim size. The trim size is how much? It is 420 by 594. Okay, so here inside this drawing sheet, we have to construct another rectangle which is of these dimensions. How much? 420 by the 594. Okay, so that is our drawing sheet here inside this one. Okay, so here you see this one. This is the untrimmed sheet. Untrimmed sheet means what? The sheet that is comes with the bigger dimensions. Okay, that means the untrimmed size. Okay, so that is untrimmed sheet. Then inside this, here, see, inside this is the trim size. Okay, this is the trim size. Trim size means what? Trim size means this one, 420 by 594. Okay, so that is there. And the space between this untrimmed sheet and the trim sheet, that is called the margin. So this is called the margin. So what is margin? Margin is the space between the untrimmed sheet and the trim sheet. Okay. Now when you purchase the sheet, so already these two rectangles are there in the sheet. Okay, so and here there is a title block is also there. So you don't have to draw anything, that is already there in the drawing sheet. So you will get here margin also. So this is your margin, because this is untrimmed sheet and this one is what? The trim sheet. This is our trim sheet and this one is our untrimmed sheet. And the space between these two things it is called as what? The margin. Okay, so this is already there when you purchase these things, and the title block is also there in your drawing sheet. Okay, so you don't have to do anything, but you have to just learn the concept. That means what is the outer area. So outer area is for the untrimmed size, and the inner area or the inner the line, border line, that is for the trim size. Okay, so that you have to learn. Okay, now after that we have to take now this is the trim size. This is the trim size. Okay, so we have seen this one is the trim size. See this one. This is the trim size. This is the trim size is there. Now after that, what we have to do? We have to draw another rectangle. Which rectangle? We have to draw this rectangle now. Here, see this one. You have to draw again one rectangle inside this drawing sheet. Okay, so another rectangle is drawn inside the drawing sheet. Now by taking the dimension as 20 mm from this rectangle, inside rectangle. Okay, that is from the trim size. Okay, so that rectangle, that 20 mm distance is taken. 20 mm distance is taken from the left hand side. So this is the 20 mm distance. This is taken from the left hand side, and then from all the other side, this distance is how much? From the trim side, this is 10 mm. This is 10 mm. And this is the 10 mm. So all the distances are what? The 10 mm distances are there. Okay. So only from one side. That means here only. So here we have taken how much? We have taken 20 mm distance. Okay. From which rectangle? So here. See, this is our trim size. The inside rectangle. So here you have to take 20 mm distance. Here we have to take how much distance? We have to take 20 mm distance. We have to draw another rectangle now. Third rectangle. So we have to take here 20 mm distance. Then afterwards, for all the corners, so we have to take here 10 mm distance. For here, with this line, this is 10 mm distance. And with this line also, it is 10 mm distance. So this is 10 mm. This is 10 mm. Okay. And this is also 10 mm. So if you see here, see this is the 10 mm distance. Here, this is the 10 mm distance. And here, this is also 10 mm. But here, this is what? 20 mm distance. So that you have to remember. So 20 mm distance from here, 20 mm, 10 mm, 10 mm, 10 mm. Okay. So this is not there. That means when we purchase the drawing sheet, we got only two rectangles of the dimension on trim size and trim size. But the third rectangle, that is what is there, that we have to draw using the ruler scale or using the mini drafter. Okay. So for that, drawing the third rectangle, we have to take the dimensions here 20 mm from the left hand side. And for all the corners, we have to take 10 mm distance. Okay. And then inside that rectangle, we have to draw this title block. So title block, it is having the dimension of 185 by 65. Okay. So this is the standard dimension according to the BIS. So this is our governing body. So Bureau of Industrial Standards. So using this, we have to construct this title block or all the dimensions. So the dimensions of the title block is what? It is 185 by 65. Okay, so just remember this one. Now, what is the another things are there here? Okay, so we have here they have marked here folding marks. So here the center of the sheet here and the 1, 2, 3, and 4. So here they have made some divisions. Folding mark means what? Now we know that this sheet is bigger. Okay, so whenever you have to submit the sheet, we have to fold the sheet. So, but you can't fold sheet from any corner. So there are certain markings are there on the drawing sheet. So from there only you have to fold the sheet. Okay, so these folding marks are there on the drawing sheet. So from there only you have to fold the sheet. Okay, so that things are there. Now why? What is this? The another things why these rectangles are made here inside this drawing sheet. Now suppose if you have circle here. Okay, if you have the circle here. Now the dimension of the circle is suppose if the diameter of the circle is suppose this is 50 mm. So 50 mm diameter circle. Okay. Now after sometimes what you have recognized that you have made the wrong circle. It is not 50 but it is 60 now. So now you have corrected this one. So you have corrected this circle. Now you have made this circle of 60 mm diameter. Okay, so now the bigger circle, the another circle that is you have made or you have changed that is having the diameter of 60. Now you have sent you have sent first sheet. Okay, suppose the number 1, that means whatever the initial sheet you have drawn, that is of sheet number 1. You are sent to some person. Okay. Now after that you recognize that we have to change the dimensions from 50 to 60. Now you have to send now sheet number 2, that is the corrected sheet now again. Okay. Now how will show you that how you will show that you have made the changes. Now you have not made the changes in the another in the other region. You have not made the changes in these regions. Okay. So these drawings are there. This is corrected drawing. You have made the changes here in this region. So this regions comes here. So that means this one and suppose in this region. So you can show the region here by drawing the lines here. Okay, you can show the regions by drawing the line. That means when you draw this type of rectangle using this one, so the another person will recognize that you have made the changes in this region. Okay, so whenever you draw the suppose if you have made the changes here, so you will construct the rectangle something like this. That means the another person will recognize that you have made the changes. You have made the changes in that particular. You have made the particular changes in that region only. Okay, so that for that purpose these divisions are mentioned. Okay, so what we are learned here. See, we are learn about the folding marks. So for what the folding marks are there? To fold the drawing sheet, because it is bigger. Okay, it is bigger in size, and when you submit the sheet. Okay, so during our unit test or in-sem examination or end-sem examination during the offline mode. So after the examination, you have to fold the sheet. Okay, so you have to fold the sheet from the folding mark. Okay, so folding marks are there. Then the another thing is what these regions which are drawn here in this region where in between this trim size and the border. Okay, so this is only for the industry purpose. We are not that means we are not doing this one, but this is done in the industry. This procedure is followed in the industry. So suppose so what we have done, so this region, whatever the region we mark, if we change anything in that particular regions, so that can be identified by drawing by specifying the region. So for this specifying the region, these divisions are made on the drawing sheet. So these divisions are made here on the drawing sheets. Okay, so this procedure is followed only in the industry. We are not following this procedure. Okay, so I hope you understand this one. So what we have done. So let me show you on the another side, so that then you can understand all these things. Okay. We have discussed this one. Let me explain now here. Then you will understand what is the sheet layout. When we purchase the drawing sheet, it is of this size. This is called as the untrimmed size. This is called as the untrimmed size. Untrimmed size means what? It is bigger than our drawing sheet. Then inside this we will get another rectangle. We will get another rectangle. That is our trim size. Okay. So trim size is the actual size we required for the that is the actual size of our drawing sheet. Okay, so this is there. Now when you purchase the sheet, these two rectangles are there. Okay, you have the title blocks also here. You have the title blocks also there in the drawing sheets. Now after that, what you do, from the left hand side you have to take 20 mm. Okay, you have to take 20 mm here. Okay, then from all the other sides you have to take 10 mm. So then you have to draw one rectangle here. Sorry, the title block comes afterwards. Okay, so 10 mm here. This is 10 mm here. Then from here 10 mm, and here it is only 20 mm. So why we are giving here larger space, and why we are not giving on the side we are taking here a smaller distance, and we are taking here the larger distance. So this is for what purpose? See, after this is our drawing area. This is our drawing area. We will construct the drawing here. Now after construction of the drawing, suppose we have to keep this drawing sheet. Okay, we have to place this in the sheet folder. Suppose if you have the sheet folder, then you can punch this sheet here. So you can make the punch here like this. We can make the punch here in this region, 20 mm region, and by making the punch, we can place this sheet in the sheet folder. So that's why this is 20 mm. It is mentioned here, and not 10 mm. So we require here bigger distance, and when we punch when we make the punch hole we punch the holes in this region. So you can put this sheet in the sheet folder. Okay. So what we have done, we have drawn the third rectangles also, and then we have here the that is the title block 185 by 65. So this is 185 by 65 is our. Then we have here divisions. We have here the divisions. So division is for what? If you make some certain changes, we can mark that division, that particular area, so that another person will recognize that we have made the changes here. Okay, that is there. Then we have here the folding, the mark. So we have folding marks here. So using this folding mask, we can fold our sheet. Okay, so these things you have to remember while learning the this sheet layout. Okay, so that is there. Okay, so I hope you understand these things, whatever I have explained to you. Okay, then we will see about details of the title block now. So this is the title block. We have the dimensions of 185 by 65. So that we have taken from here, 185 65. Now what has to be mentioned in the title block? So we have to name we have to give the name of the firm, or that is the name of our institute. So you have to write down here the name of our institute. So VPKB IIT Varanasi. So you have to write down this in the parallel lines. Okay, something like that. You have to draw the parallel lines. So some dimensions are given for that one also. Okay, so then in that you have to write down this is P, okay, then KB IIT. Okay, so certain dimensions are mentioned, so that is there. So this you have to mention here, and then you are okay. Then the title of the sheets. So here you have to mention the title of the sheet. So parallel lines here, and then you have to mention the title of the sheet. That is the engineering core. Okay, so like this. So okay, something like this. So you have to mention here the day. Then design, so designed by which person, then drawn by which person, so name of that person. Now check by which person, then the standards you have to mention, then approved. Okay, so that this one. Then drawing number we have seen. So okay, so drawing number, this is 1 2 3 4, something like this. Okay, we can change this part of this drawing sheet. Okay, so we can make it as per our convenience. So that means the class number, then class roll number. Okay, then the university roll number. Okay, we can mention then. Okay, then the name of the students. Okay, and then the name of the teacher. Okay, something like this. So we can change this part. This is for the industry purpose. So according to our convenience, we can change this. We can change this design, or we can change this column. Okay, so that depends on our. But whatever the changes you are made, or we are making here inside this rectangle of 185 by 65. So everything you have to make on this rectangle of the dimensions only 185 by 65. Okay, then you have to mention here scale. We will see what is the different types of the scale, and then this is one what the symbol. Okay, so that symbol is for first angle projection method and the third angle projection method. Okay, so initially in our India we are following the first angle projection method. Okay, so first angle projection, this is the symbol for the first angle projection method. That means everything we have drawn using the first angle projection method. So we will see that one in our unit number 5. Okay, so that symbol you have to place here. Okay, and we have to mention here the scale. Okay, now what is meant by this? So this is, I think this is clear to you. So what we have done, we have taken the title block. In title block, having the dimension of 185 by 65. And in this, you can now you can change the that means the contents inside this rectangle. Okay, so you can change. This is the name of the firm is written. So name of the institute, then the title of the sheet, then here so everything, class number, then all these things. You will make the columns as per our convenience. We can make here. Okay, but for all the class, we have to keep it the same. Okay, so that will see afterwards. Okay, so. Now, after this, the sheet layout, then so we'll explain this one. Okay. So, so whenever you draw any drawing, so we have to use the different types of the lines. Okay. So first, suppose if you have drawn this your drawing, so you have to use here the center line. Okay. So center line is something like this. So long dash, then dot, then long dash dot, something like this. Okay. So this is the center line. So whenever you draw circle or semicircle in your drawing, you have to show the center line. Okay, this is compulsory lines. Okay, whenever you draw these things, you have to use this type of lines. Okay, so center line is the first line. Now cutting plane line means what? It is similar to the center line, but it is thick at the ends. This is thick at the ends. So that becomes our cutting plane line. Cutting plane line means what? We are cutting this object from this part, from here. We are cutting this object. Okay, so that is our cutting plane line. Okay, and what this arrow indicates? This arrow indicate that means you have to, after cutting this object, you have to see it from the top. आपल्याला तो कुठून बघायचा आहे? वरून बघायचा आहे. ओके, आता हे arrow आपल्याला खालून दाखवता येणार नाही, कारण आपण खालून त्याला बघू शकणार नाही. आपण त्याला ते वरून बघायला, कारण हा वरचा पार्ट आहे, हा पार्ट हा निघून जाईल. कट झाल्यानंतर तो हा वरचा पार्ट टोटल निघून जाईल आणि आपल्याला तो कुठून बघावा लागेल? वरून बघावा लागेल. That's why these arrows are shown from the top. Okay. So cutting plane, it is always associated with the direction of seeing. That means कुठून त्याला आपल्याला बघायचं ते तिथे दाखवलं असेल. Okay. So these arrow indicate the direction of viewing of the observer. So observer means observer काय करतोय तो वरून बघतोय याला. Okay. So this is our cutting plane line. So it is similar to the center line, but only difference is it is thick at the end. Okay. Now what is hidden lines? So I have explained this one. Suppose we have the cylinder. Suppose this is the cylinder here. Okay, this is our cylinder. आणि याच्या सिलेंडर मध्ये जर आपण सेंटर मध्ये जर एक होल तयार केला तर हा फ्रंट साइडला बघताना आपल्याला दिसत नाहीये. तो कुठून दिसेल आपल्याला? तो टॉप व्ह्यू मध्ये दिसेल, वरून बघताना दिसेल. म्हणजे फ्रंट व्ह्यूला तो दिसत नाही, पण तो ऑलरेडी आहे तिकडे मागच्या साइडला तो. म्हणून आपण काय करतो, त्याला दाखवताना फ्रंट व्ह्यूला काय करतो आपण, त्याला हिडन तो ऑब्जेक्ट कसा दाखवतो आपण, हिडन दाखवतो. And the hidden object is what? It is a hidden object. It is represented by means of the dotted lines or the hidden line. Okay, this is called the hidden line. म्हणजे तो फ्रंट व्ह्यूला आपल्याला दिसत नाही, पण ऑलरेडी आहे. म्हणजे तो ऑब्जेक्ट काय झाला, हिडन झाला. ओके, हा जो सर्क्युलर होल आहे सिलेंडर मध्ये तो सिलेंडर मध्ये आहे, पण आपल्याला इथून बघताना फ्रंट साइडला बघताना आपल्याला तो दिसत नाही आहे. ओके, तर म्हणून तो दाखवताना कसा दाखवायचा? सो इट इज शोन बाय मीन्स ऑफ दी हिडन लाईन. सो हिडन लाईन्स आर ड्रॉन बाय मीन्स ऑफ दी this dotted line. Okay, then outline means what? Outline is this is the boundary of our object. म्हणजे आपला डायमेन्शन्स एवढे आहे, याच्या बाहेर आपल्याला काहीच नाही आहे. सो आउटलाईन इट इज शोन बाय मीन्स ऑफ द थिक लाईन, और वी कॉल दिस एज अ बॉर्डर लाईन. आता इथे पण पहा, इथे तुम्हाला हिडन लाईन दिसत आहे, और दिस इज कॉल्ड द डॉटेड लाईन. आता ही कशामुळे आली आहे? दिस इज बिकॉज ऑफ द सर्कल. पहा इथून जर आपण याचे प्रोजेक्शन घेतले, वी कॉल दिस एज अ प्रोजेक्शन. इफ यू टेक द प्रोजेक्शन डाऊनवर्ड, हा कुठे जातोय? आपल्या सर्कलवर जातोय. म्हणजे या सर्कलचे प्रोजेक्शन आपण इथे दाखवतोय. ओके, सो दिस आर शोन बाय मीन्स ऑफ व्हॉट? दी डॉटेड लाईन. देन आफ्टर दॅट वी हॅव दी डायमेन्शन लाईन. ओके, कुठलीही ड्रॉइंग ड्रॉ केल्यानंतर आपल्याला काय करावं लागतं? वी हॅव टू शो दी डायमेन्शन. तर डायमेन्शन शो करताना आपण डायरेक्टली डायमेन्शन दाखवू शकत नाही. डायमेन्शन दाखवताना काय करावं लागेल आपल्याला? वी हॅव टू टेक फर्स्ट दी एक्सटेन्शन लाईन. आपल्याला काय करावं लागेल? इथून एक एक्सटेन्शन लाईन काढावं लागेल, एक एक्सटेन्शन लाईन इथे काढावं लागेल. And in between these two extension lines, then we have to put what? The dimension line. So dimension line it is put between what? The two extension lines. Okay, so dimension line is put between two extension lines. Okay, suppose हा जर सर्कल असेल इथे, okay, or if any part is there, suppose हा याला डायमेन्शन दाखवायचं असेल आपल्याला, त्याचे डायमेन्शन कसे दाखवायचे? पहिल्यांदा दोन्ही कॉर्नर पासून एक्सटेन्शन लाईन काढायची. ओके, थिन लाईन काढायची, एक्सटेन्शन लाईन. and या थिन लाईन मध्ये to show here the dimension line. So this is our 10, suppose like this. This is the 10. Okay, so this is our dimension. Dimensions are always put at the center. Okay, and these arrowheads are dark. These arrowheads are dark. आपण याला dark mention करतो. Okay, so this is our also the thin line, and the dimensions are put at the center. So here what we have seen? We have seen the center line. Center line it is used for circles and the semicircles. Cutting plane line it is used for showing the cutting plane. Okay, it is similar to the center line, but it is thick at the ends. Direction of the direction of arrows हे काय denote करतात? It shows the direction of viewing of the observer. म्हणजे हा ऑब्झर्वर कुठून बघतोय? याला वरच्या साइडने बघतोय. Okay, so this is the arrow. Okay, now the third line it is outline. Outline it means it is the boundary of our drawing. It is shown with dark lines. ओके, सो हे आपल्याला HB पेन्सिल ड्रॉ करायचं आहे. कुठलं? आउटलाईन. आणि आतमधले जे दिसत आहे आपल्याला दिस हिडन लाईन, ओके, सेंटर लाईन, these are drawn using H and twice H. Okay, dimension lines and extension lines. So to put the dimensions, first of all you have to take the extension. जे दोन आपले एक्स्ट्रीम कॉर्नर्स आहेत तिथून एक्सटेन्शन लाईन्स काढायच्या, आणि मग त्यामध्ये काय पुट अप करायचं? आपला डायमेन्शन पुट करायचं. सपोज इथे जर दाखवायचं असेल डायमेन्शन तुम्हाला इथे, तर इथे काय करावं लागेल? वी हॅव टू टेक फर्स्ट 3 एक्सटेन्शन लाईन्स अँड देन वी हॅव टू पुट हिअर दी डायमेन्शन लाईन. सो डायमेन्शन लाईन ही अशी येईल इथे. ओके, लाईक दिस. ओके, सो दिस इज दी एक्सटेन्शन लाईन्स अँड द डायमेन्शन लाईन. नाउ दिस इज दी सेक्शन लाईन. नाउ सेक्शन लाईन हे कसे आले? सपोज आपण इथे काय केलंय? आपण कटिंग प्लेन यूज केलाय. कटिंग प्लेन मुळे काय केलंय आपण? मी तुम्हाला सांगितलंय की हा वरचा पार्ट निघून गेला. पार्ट निघून गेल्यानंतर काय येईल? तिथे सेक्शन तयार होईल. ओके, आपण जर ऍपलला कट केलं, ओके, आपण ऍपलला जर कट केलं तर काय सपोज हा कम्प्लीट ऍपल होता, ऍपलला आपण कट केलं तर हा वरचा ऍपलचा पार्ट निघून गेला, तर आपल्याला कुठला पार्ट मिळाला? हा खाली इथे व्हाईट पार्ट मिळाला आपल्याला. तर त्या व्हाईट पार्टला काय म्हणतो आपण? वी कॉल दॅट पार्ट एज अ सेक्शन. ओके, जो पार्ट आपल्याला मिळाला आहे कट झाल्यानंतर त्या पार्टला काय म्हणतो आपण, सेक्शन. आणि हा पार्ट कशाने शो करतो आपण, वी शो दॅट पार्ट युजिंग द सेक्शन लाईन. सो दीज आर दी सेक्शन लाईन. सो व्हॉट इज द स्पेसिफिकेशन ऑफ द सेक्शन लाईन? सेक्शन लाईन्स आर इन्क्लाइन. पण हे इन्क्लाइन कितीवर असतात? दीज आर इन्क्लाइन ऍट 45 डिग्री. दीज आर इन्क्लाइन ऍट 45 डिग्री. ओके, आणि या दोघांमधलं डिस्टन्स किती असतं? दिस इज 2 mm डिस्टन्स. दोन याच्यामधलं डिस्टन्स किती असतं दोन लाईन मधलं? हिअर दिस इज 2 mm डिस्टन्स. सो सेक्शन लाईन्स आर इन्क्लाइन ऍट 45 डिग्री. दिस इज व्हेरी इम्पॉर्टंट. डेफिनेटली हा क्वेश्चन तुम्हाला एक्झाम मध्ये येईल. सेक्शन लाईन्स आर इन्क्लाइन ऍट 45 डिग्री. ओके, सो दिस हॅव टू रिमेंबर. आणि हे सेक्शन लाईन कशामुळे मिळतात आपल्याला? व्हेनेवर वी कट दी ऑब्जेक्ट. जेव्हा आपण आपल्या ऑब्जेक्टला कट करतो तेव्हा आपल्याला काय मिळतं? विल गेट दी सेक्शन लाईन. ओके, सो हे पाहिजे आपल्याला सेक्शन कटिंग प्लेनमुळे आपल्याला काय मिळतोय? आपल्याला सेक्शन मिळत आहे इथे. म्हणजे हा पार्ट कट झाल्यामुळे इथे हा पार्ट कट झाल्यामुळे आपल्याला हा सेक्शन मिळाला, आणि हा पार्ट कट झाल्यामुळे इथे हा पार्ट मिळाला. इथे का नाही मिळाला आपल्याला सेक्शन? कारण हा काय आहे? इथे सर्क्युलर होल आहे. हे काय आहे? इथे सर्क्युलर होल आहे. इथे मटेरियलच नाही आहे. आपल्याला सेक्शन कुठे मिळतो? जिथे मटेरियल आहे. इथे काही मटेरियलच नाही आहे, त्यामुळे तो कट झाल्यानंतर तिथे ब्लँकच राहील. हा काय राहील? इथे ब्लँक राहील. त्यामुळे इथे सेक्शन लाईन्स आल्या नाही. या मिडल पार्ट मध्ये सेक्शन लाईन्स नाही आहे. कारण हा जो सर्कल जो दाखवला आहे, हा सर्कल म्हणजे काय डिनोट करतो? आपल्याला सर्क्युलर होल डिनोट करतो. म्हणजे याच्यामध्ये मटेरियलच नाही काही. मटेरियल कुठे आहे? इथे. सॉलिड पार्ट कुठे आहे? इथे आणि इथे आहे. याच्यामध्ये सॉलिड पार्टच नाही. हॉलो पार्ट आहे हा सर्कल म्हणजे काय? हॉलो पार्ट. हा सर्कल म्हणजे काय आहे? हॉलो पार्ट. ओके, होल आहे तो, सर्क्युलर होल आहे इथे. ओके, सो इथे पण इथे आपल्याला याच्यामध्ये सेक्शन लाईन्स मिळणार नाही. आपले सेक्शन लाईन्स कुठे मिळतात? जो पार्ट आपला सॉलिड पार्ट आहे तिथे सेक्शन लाईन्स मिळतील. सो दिस इज द पार्ट अँड दिस इज द पार्ट. ओके, सो दॅट पार्ट इज देअर. देन द नेक्स्ट लाईन इज व्हॉट? दिस इज द लीडर लाईन. लीडर लाईन म्हणजे काय करतो आपण इथे सर्कलला डायमेन्शन दिलेलं आहे, डायमीटर. नाव डायमीटर आता आपण इथे आतमध्ये दाखवत नसतो. जनरली आपण काय करतो की वी शो द डायमेन्शन आउटसाइड. सो आता आउटसाइडला डायमेन्शन शो करायचं असलं तर आपल्या इथे एरोची आपली लिमिट संपली. त्यामुळे आपण काय करतो? इथे एक ऍडिशनल एरो टाकतो. ओके, वी विल टेक द ऍडिशनल लाईन्स अँड वी विल मेक इट एज अ स्ट्रेट. आणि त्याला काय म्हणतो आपण? वी कॉल इट एज अ लीडर लाईन. ओके, सो दिस इज द लीडर लाईन विच इज टेकन आउटसाइड अँड देन वी हॅव द मेन्शन. आता सर्कलचं डायमीटर मेन्शन करताना ते कशाने मेन्शन करतात? दिस इज मेन्शन विथ दी फाय. आपण इथे डायमीटर लिहत नाही, त्या DIA वगैरे असं काही लिहत नाही आपण. जर सर्कलचं डायमीटर शो करायचं असेल, सो इट इज शोन बाय मीन्स ऑफ वन सिम्बॉल दॅट इज कॉल्ड दी फाय. सो फाय 10, फाय 20, फाय 60. So 560 means what? The circle is having 60 mm diameter. 550 means it is having 50 mm diameter. Okay. So these are the different types of lines on this diagram. Then okay. So we have already covered this one. Now this is there, locus line. Locus line means what? Locus line means what? See, this is the initial object. Now when you rotate this object, or when you rotate this object, so this is the initial position 1, this is the initial position 2. So when it goes from 1 to 2, it creates the locus of this point. Which one? This point. So here. So these are the locus points of the center of the circle. Now to join these points, we have to use what? The locus line. Locus means what? It is connecting all the points when it moves from position 1 to position 2. Okay. Then we have the short break line. So this is the short break line. Short break line means what? Something is there. इथे डायमेन्शन खूप जास्त असेल. ओके, इथे खूप जास्त असेल, पण आपल्याला ते शो करायचं नाही आहे. त्यामुळे आपण काय करतो? त्याला ब्रेक करून टाकतो, ब्रेक लाईन टाकतो. ओके, सो दिस इज कॉल्ड दी शॉर्ट ब्रेक लाईन. ओके, आता सपोज हे डिस्टन्स आहे या पॉईंट पासून या पॉईंट पर्यंत. पण मला आता जर हे दाखवायचं नसेल तर मी काय करेल? इथे लाईन दाखवेल. ही जी लाईन आहे बॉटमची, खालची जी बॉटमची लाईन आहे ती मी इथे दाखवेल. आणि इथे काय यूज करावं लागेल मला? इथे आपल्याला शॉर्ट ब्रेक लाईन यूज करावं लागेल. ओके, सो याचं मिनिंग काय होतं की जे डिस्टन्स होतं खालचं टोटल, हे जे डिस्टन्स होतं ते मी काय केलं? इथे फक्त एवढंच दाखवलं. पण ते कशाने दाखवलं? मी या शॉर्ट ब्रेक लाईनने दाखवलं. नाउ व्हॉट इज दिस लॉंग ब्रेक लाईन? लॉंग ब्रेक लाईन कसं करतो? आता मी तुम्हाला एक एक्झाम्पल दिलं होतं. आपण रोडचं एक्झाम्पल घेतलं की रोड आपला किती आहे? सपोज 10 किलोमीटरचा रोड आहे. आता 10 किलोमीटर आपण दाखवू शकत नाही. त्यामुळे आपण एवढी मोठी जे डिस्टन्स आहे ते आपण कसं दाखवतो? वी विल शो इट बाय दी लॉंग ब्रेक लाईन. सो लॉंग ब्रेक लाईन म्हणजे काय? की आपण हा जो 10 किलोमीटरचा रोड आहे तो आपण काय दाखवतोय? एवढं दाखवतोय, एकदम शॉर्ट दाखवतोय. सो दिस इज 1 किलोमीटर, दिस इज दी 10 किलोमीटर, दिस इज दी 10 किलोमीटर. म्हणजे हा काय दाखवतो की रोड किती आहे? तो 10 किलोमीटरचाच आहे, पण ड्रॉइंगवर दाखवताना मी त्याला कशाने दाखवलं? लॉंग ब्रेक लाईनने दाखवलं. ओके, दिस इज दी लॉंग ब्रेक लाईन. सो शॉर्ट ब्रेक लाईन आपण कशासाठी यूज करतो की आपण ते शॉर्टर डिस्टन्स साठी आपण ते मेन्शन करण्यासाठी करतो आणि लॉंग ब्रेक लाईन दीज आर यूज फॉर व्हॉट फॉर दी लॉंगर डिस्टन्सेस. ओके. So chain thick lines these are used for the indicating the special treatment on the surface. जर आपल्याला काही स्पेशल इथे काही मेन्शन करायचं असेल, so for that purpose we are using these thin chain thick lines. Okay. So these are the different types of the lines. These are used for the engineering drawing. So I hope you understand these things. Today's concept. So in today we are learn about the sheet layout in details and the title block. What are the contents in the title block? After that, we have seen the different types of the drawing scale, reduction scale, enlargement scale, and the full scale. And after that, we have seen the different types of the lines. Okay. So for today, we will stop here then, and in the next lecture, we will discuss about the dimensioning methods and the geometrical construction. So we will cover this part in our next lecture. Okay. So thank you very much. If you have any questions for the today's lecture, you can ask. Otherwise, we will stop here then.